All right. How are you doing?
I kind of like under the weather because I traveled last weekend.
Oh,
So, yeah, I got whatever was being carried on the plane with me,
what was being carried?
besides everybody else. Not quite sure which virus it is, but like whatever. I'm on the mend. It's fine. If I were to, I would have bounced back real quick.
A little bit older.
Yeah, a lot a bit older. So it hurt me a little bit more. So
And let's see here. I got Aisha.
I'm inviting people.
Oh,
Hey, good evening. Yes, hi. How are you, Dr.
good.
Robbie?
Is that your girl?
Hold on.
Who?
No, I actually just joined
No, I see you on there. I just
a
you
few
guys said
days
that
ago.
who invited you? Anybody?
For me?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, into the group. Did you just find it like random?
Oh, no, no. I found you on TikTok and
Okay,
I
good.
actually joined a class a few days ago.
Good.
I joined a class a few days ago, but I've been having trouble with logging in
Okay.
from the app, from the school app. But I only can log in directly from TikTok. I tried messaging you, but
That's
it
weird. I can send. Let me send you the actual login. That is so weird. I've never had that happen before to anybody. Let's see.
yeah. And I tried to send you a message, but I guess you're so important. You have so many
I didn't
people.
get a
It
message.
wouldn't let
I
me
didn't get a
send it.
message from you. I
It
can't,
wouldn't go through. It kept giving me an exclamation point and just wouldn't go through. I
you're
tried to
signed
send you a
up.
message to TikTok.
You're signed up.
Yeah, I signed up a few
Maybe
days ago.
maybe delete the app and reinstall it. So you haven't, but you're able to get to it on your just on TikTok.
Yeah, I have to go directly to TikTok, click on your link, and that's the only way I can get into it. Other than that, when I try to go directly to the school, it's like asking me to pay them 199 again.
That's nuts because okay, let's make sure your email is good. Okay, let me check here. Let's make sure your email is good here. Maybe you put in a let's see, membership, email. Okay, spell your name.
AEISHAFOBB at gmail.com.
I'm gonna change you. Let's see. Membership. So change you from that to that. Courses. You should be good, man. Everything's good. You paid me through Apple Pay.
Yeah.
I would delete the app, relog into it. Have you tried to log on just from the regular internet?
No, I haven't yet.
Try that when you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't use the app on my phone. I mean, I know it's helpful, but all right. Well, let's start with you. What brings you here and what are you trying to learn? Where are you with
Well, I
stuff?
started the credentialing process already. I already have my LLC, my tax ID number. I have my group ID number. I am credentialed with a few different insurance companies as well as Headway and Alma, but I'm credentialed on my own as well through my LLC.
You're
With like
you contracted
I
or credentialed? Which one?
I'm credentialed.
Well, you're
I,
actually credentialed with everyone then. If you're credentialed with Headway or Alma, you're credentialed, which means they've looked at your information and they say that you meet qualifications to practice. Contracting is where that's where you kind of separate from these companies. So you're credentialed through everyone.
Okay, I'm credentialed with but I am credentialed on my own as well through my own LLC.
It actually doesn't matter because you're credentialed as a person, no matter what. Credentialing actually goes by the NPI and not
Okay.
tax ID number. So credentialing is the provider, not the provider group. So you're
Okay.
credentialed with whoever that practice works with. So if you're with Headway or Alma, you're credentialed with Aetna, Cigna, Blue Cross, all those. You're credentialed. So now
Okay.
what you would do is you would add a tax ID. What state are you in?
Louisiana.
You're in Louisiana. So
Yes.
for a lot of these, let me make sure I'm not sharing private information here.
Hmm.
Uh, let Let me show you something real quick. This is pretty cool because you'll be able to do this too. This will be really easy for you.
Perfect.
Share. Let's go to share screen. Let's go to share these PRAs. Hopefully there's no PHI in here. Good. So have you like for Provider Express, for instance? So like these are the providers that work for me, right? I have all these providers here. Most of these providers, if I go to this will be for you too. My network status and go to add tax ID,
Hmm.
you would go to, and you're already credentialed, I promise you, because they do that
Okay.
for you. You wouldn't be able to practice if you're not credentialed. And all you
Okay.
do is add a tax ID number on my profile. That's it. And then you put in your new tax ID that you got, no there, and you just watch. It'll take me to some kind of application, right? No, it's in the same state, right? You put in this information, and then you just go through their application thing here. Same with Aetna. Aetna is going to look the same. And all you got to do is add a tax ID to, or add the tax ID, which will give you a contract under your own name. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
That's it. It's that easy. That's why it's a lot easier when people come from Headway or Alma or another practice because you're already credentialed. You're credentialed already.
Okay.
You got to get contracted. That's what you're going for.
Okay. Um,
Aetna's really easy too. If you do the Aetna, you can get an Aetna contract in 2 weeks.
so I have to get contracts with all the insurance companies through my own name.
Correct.
Okay.
But that's not hard. If you go when you get a chance to go into the school app, if you go into the classroom and then how do I take insurance,
Okay.
they have like see Aetna and I walk you through here the entire contract, how to do it.
Okay.
The entire thing. And I give you the link. And I give you the rates down here.
Okay.
Oh.
Now
And
they did send me some rates.
who did? Aetna?
I have Aetna, United, Medicare,
Okay.
a few of them. Did
Did you,
send me a few rates.
did you sign the contracts that they sent you?
Um, I did sign a few of them.
Okay, well that means you got contracts.
I know the main thing for me was getting the EMR and learning how to do the billing because I was going to hire someone. But then when I seen you on TikTok, I was like, well, this looks pretty simple with simple practice and
Simple.
what he's doing.
It is simple.
And
You have
I'm a new nurse practitioner. I was mainly trying to learn first because I graduated last year, but I got my first job this year. And so I was just trying to learn before I started seeing patients. And I'm pretty much I kind of got it now. So I just was trying to, get the process down.
hold on, one of these students is texting me that they're on the wrong link, I think. Click the link on the actual calendar. The one-on-one is 1 hour. Let me give her the link here. Some people get confused that there's separate links.
Yeah.
I have the one-on-one calendar link. And then, oops, let's see. Copy. And then help her out real quick here. Come on now. Is that her? Maybe. I don't know. Lucci. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you made it? Okay, good. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. All right. So I'm just answering a question from Aisha really quick here. Yeah. So the simple practice, it's really easy to do the billing and create the notes. Somebody asked me earlier, how do you do a note in simple practice? So I was going to go over that real
Okay.
quick. Um, so when you log into simple practice, you see a calendar like this. It's
Mm.
very basic calendar. and you can start appointments, you can add appointments, but somebody wanted to know how to do an appointment here, and I'm going to show you how to bill it at the same time here.
Okay.
So today's the 6th. Let's just say I have a couple patients in here. I have Tom Cruise, Bob Dylan, George Lucas, and Johnny Appleseed. Okay. So if I want to schedule an appointment for Mr. Tom here, I have him scheduled. Let's do a 5 p.m. Let's pretend that appointment already happened. You could also do recurring, right? Hey, I'm going to see you every 8 weeks, right? Which is cool. I love doing the recurring. I have most of my patients on recurring. And for the purposes of us, we're going to do a 99214 and a 90833. So got a phone call. Tom wants to book. He found me on Psychology Today. I leave my actual link on Psychology Today so they can book on it. And he scheduled an appointment. To start the appointment, you simply click the appointment and you click start appointment. Let's see here. The appointment already happened, right? Technically, but let's pretend it didn't. Let's say it's at 5:45 now. So you would click the link and then you would click start video appointment. And then your name pops in there. I know it can't access my camera because we're using it with another application. You'd start video appointment, right? And then they would pop into the room, and that's basically how the appointment would go. And after you're finished with the appointment, you just end the call, and then you'd go to add. So you'd add your note. You can use my note taker here if you wanted to. Let's see here. So there's a note that I already kind of did with another person a minute ago. Go to copy. We'll go back in there, paste it. We'll save it, sign it, easy. And then all we do simply is you hit the insurance tab and it already makes me a claim almost, right? See, there's the claim, right? That's the claim. I'm actually going to saying it hasn't started yet, which is, it doesn't matter. So it's not going to show this is actually an older appointment, 822, because that appointment doesn't occur for 2 minutes. It won't let you bill for an appointment that hasn't happened yet, but we can just pretend this is the appointment here. And all we do is go to create and submit claims. That's it. So I'm just going to go to create to show you what it looks like. But you see, I have these prepared claims now. They're in the prepared status. You can go ahead and click submit if you want to, but these are fake patients, obviously. Oh, it did make me my 9-6 claim. Wonderful. So you can see here, it's got all the information, and all I would do is hit submit. That's it. It's as easy as that. And you can submit 20 or 30 different claims at a time with Simple Practice. It'll allow you to do that. I regularly submit 20 or 30 claims on Simple Practice. And it's easy to add in payers on Simple Practice too. You go into your billing and insurance here. You go to your payers and you see how I got the couple that are here. So your Aetnas, your Cignas, your United. If I wanted to add Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, you would just scroll down. Sometimes I'll type in Arizona. It'll help me find it easier. Arizona. Oh, here's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. I'm going to add them as a payer, right? Now they're added. Super easy. You really don't got to do anything else. You have to click enroll. We want our ERAs, but really you don't have to enroll to file claims. Anyone can file claims. The way I just did it right now, I can file claims. If you want your ERAs, so that's your remittance advices, right? Electronic remittance advices. Then you would, do your information here, your tax ID, facility. Obviously, I've done this a few times here. And you basically just sign it, right? And then you're enrolled. Easy as that. So really easy, but to do the appointment, start the appointment, and to note the appointment, that's really easy to do. You just click add note right there. Now, since the appointment technically ended, it should be in our insurance tab. Yep, there it is. You see 450 charged. We have the 99214 90833 GT. I could do create and submit, but I don't really want a fake claim going to insurance, although it really doesn't matter. That'll pop up there. Here's our 96 claim here. And then this one has our 2 bill codes here. See that? If we wanted to change it or add something to it, you could. You can go to edit, say you notice that, it's, say you put F41 instead of F41.1, you can make changes there, or you want to get rid of the diagnoses pointers, or there's even spots for prior authorizations there. So, all right. Aisha, do you have EMR yet?
I was using OptiMantra, but it's complicated.
Very. Yes.
So I'm going to do simple practice because OptiMantra was very complicated.
This one is so easy. They're adding more shit to it. Excuse my French, because I don't know. They're getting a lot bigger, and I think they have like private equity coming into it. So it's getting a little more. It's getting a little slower than I would like it. I liked it old school, where it really didn't do anything except wrote your note and build. That's all I like. Now it does ERX, which people are like, people love features. I don't know what it is about this era. People love features, but it really slows things down. So it's not as fast as it used to be. I'm just a guy that likes a blank box and somewhere to submit my claims. That's it. Um, the ERX stuff, before they added it in Simple Practice, I was doing it from my phone because I have the iPrescribe, right? So I would send all my prescriptions from my phone. It takes me. I still send prescriptions from my phone all the time. I don't know if any of you guys have this app. I use it all day long. I still use it all day long. I think it's free actually for non-controls too.
Okay.
It's right on the iPhone. It's called iPrescribe. And it's like $400 a year if you want your ERX token too. So you can do controls, and I'll prescribe controls from my phone right there. I'll hit my VIP access thing. I'll get my code. I'll type it in and I'll send in controls right from my phone.
Okay.
So that's iPrescribe. It's available on your phone. They also have it available on Simple Practice. Now you could actually enroll in ERX. But this is going to be the way to go. I don't work for Simple Practice. You don't even have to hit the referral credit. I don't care. It's just what I find works the best, and it's what I use. Let's see here. I'm always careful about sharing my screen because I'm always like some PHI is going to pop up and get me every time. I got to go through and then I got to cut the video and then
Okay, let me see.
let's see. Okay, cool. So I'll reshare my screen here. So if you look here, these are my providers, right? I have all these different team members here, right? And then some of them aren't even providers. Some of them are like my staff. Like this is just a staff member, that's a staff member, and I got a lot of my providers on here. But you can see these are my providers here. This is the month. And these are all their appointments that they see. These haven't happened yet, but for instance, EM, that's Ernest. AV, that's Alex. RW, that's me. Those are TMS patients that are being billed by my staff. But we do all our billing through Simple Practice, right? So most of our billing, right, we do right through Simple Practice here.
Okay.
Right. So we just started in month over month, our income grows and grows and grows, right? And I started this using Simple Practice and billing with this practice last September. So we're about a year in. And if you look month over month, right, we've just, we've stepped it up, step it up, step it up, step it up. And we've consistently, now we're This doesn't include our cash pay. We have a lot of cash pay too. I think last month we did well over, I think we did 127,000, right? And those are really good margins too, because the providers, we pay them $50 a visit. So they're making $150 an hour because they're 20-minute visits. That's how they're scheduled on the calendar. And the reimbursements are around $200 an appointment. So, the margins are really good. So they're bringing in the practice $450 an hour to $500 an hour, even up to $600 an hour. And of that, we're paying out $150 an hour. So it really makes sense to kind of do your own thing sometimes, right?
Awesome.
Or hire providers. Any questions? I'll pause for a minute and take any questions. See if there's anything in the chat here. What do you do for labs if they're not offered in Simple Practice? I just use LabCorp. I just have a LabCorp login, and then I'll just you can put in the patient's information and put a lab order, and they can go to whatever LabCorp they want. So that's what I do. It takes 2 minutes. It takes like 5 days to get a LabCorp contract where they send you back like information on how to get a LabCorp account, and they set you up really quick. So that's what I do. Just like with Simple Practice, before they had ERX capabilities, I would just do it through my phone. I found it really slowed me down. The like Practice Fusion, and like I tried a couple other of these EHR systems, and there's just too much crap. I just can't deal with that much stuff, right? To dig through all the different tabs and get everything to line up. It was just kind of a pain. Let's see here. All right. Any questions at all? If not, I was going to run through some CAQH stuff. Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. So I was going to go over a little bit of CAQH stuff because I did talk to some people that haven't done a CAQH. Can you go over getting credentialed? That's kind of what I'm doing right now. So in order to get credentialed, everyone has to have a CAQH, right? And if you work for a company, or if you work for Alma, Headway, you have a CAQH. You may not have access to it, but you can ask for it. I hire providers all the time that are like, I don't have one. And I'm like, ask your employer, and then they give them one. So you have a CAQH. If not, it's really easy to create one. Now the CAQH, what it does is it gives different organizations. So if you look here, we have like Evernorth, Magellan, Health Choice, Mercy Care United, Aetna, Cigna, Banner, right? All these different organizations, they have access to look at your credentialing documentation, which makes credentialing really easy. I know people pay a lot of money to these credentialing companies and whatnot, and it's really, as long as you have a CAQH that's up to date, you're good to go, right? So when you get to the homepage of your CAQH, there's a couple different areas, right? We have your personal information, really easy. We can look at it real quick. I know it protects my social, so I'm gonna look at that. For NPs, we'd be under the PA or APRNs here. And inpatient, outpatient, you can put your practice states in there. I'd recommend just starting with your home state, because when you do these additional practice states, it's kind of a pain in the butt at first. So I would just start with your first, your home state, right? And then really basic information here, right? Your social, your NPI, gender, all that stuff, right? And that's everything in this tab. Your professional IDs, and if you're like me, which many of you are, You may be licensed in different states. I even threw my RN license in there because some states, right, in order, or insurance companies, in order to get an NP contract, you have to be licensed as an RN and you have to have both. I don't know why, but Arizona is one of those ones where to get an NP license, like you have to have an RN license. Well, maybe that's all the states, but that's why I put it in there. So they're able to verify that I do have an RN license as well. So you can see all the states I have licensure in. And then the DEA numbers, I have 2 DEA numbers just because I work at different facilities where I actually order controlled substances. So I'll order Spravato, I'll order Sublocade, those sort of things. So put your DEA number in there. Your Medicaid IDs, if you have more than one, like I have a group Medicaid ID, which is this one, and then I have my individual Medicaid ID. So I have both of them in there. I do not see Medicare patients, so I don't have a Medicare number. And that's just because I don't need to. I thought about it, I should, but education, you got to be careful because you don't want gaps. Okay, you want to fill in the gaps. If you have gaps, insurance is going to ask questions. So don't have any gaps in here. Okay, put whatever you need to put in there to not have gaps when you do your education. And this is being recorded, so you guys can go back through. I'm going to post it later tonight. When you're putting your specialty, be careful with the taxonomy, right? Some of y'all are not across the family. Some people are adult psychiatric nurse practitioners. Some people are family or across the lifespan. Make sure you pay attention to the taxonomy, because if you have the wrong taxonomy in there, you're not going to be able to bill certain codes for birthdays. So if you put in there like an adult taxonomy and you're billing somebody that's 17 and you're billing a psychotherapy code, you won't be able to bill for it. You won't be able to bill any of the codes because you're not licensed for adolescents. So that taxonomy tells the insurance company, it links back to your scope of practice, who you can see, and what you're allowed to do. So make sure that's accurate. This taxonomy is good across a lifespan for psychiatric nurse practitioners. So across the lifespan. Most of us are credentialed through the ANCC, very common. I know there's another one now that's doing it, but most of us are ANCC. So you put your board cert, all that stuff. Anything with the red asterisk, we need to fill out. They ask if, I don't know why that's relevant, but they ask if you failed an exam, right? Do you have your CPR card? I should probably update mine. It's definitely expired after 5 years. I know I got another one now. BLS, right? ACLS. And this stuff isn't that important. You really don't need ACLS to do telepsychiatry. That's kind of stupid. I don't think we're giving any epi through the screen. Skills and experience, right? And then you filled out that tab there. Practice locations. Now this is important, okay? This is where you'd put each of your tax IDs, right? You see how I have Colorado virtual? I have Virginia virtual. I have New Mexico virtual. And it'll ask you when you go to add a location, it'll ask if it's virtual only. See, virtual only, confirm, right? Then it doesn't ask you for as much stuff, because so you can put virtual only on there. It's definitely allowed. Please let me delete it. Back to list. Come on now. Okay, cool. So what I would do is I add my where is it? I don't know why it's called Home Office Den. That's such a stupid name. I'm going to change that. Maybe that's why it shows up on some of my. Sometimes on my PRAs that come back from United, it'll say home office, pay to home office den, which is so weird. But anyway. There we go. All right. So, and it's important that you fill that out because that's what's going to allow you to add your tax ID on the last page when we upload documents. And that's what insurance companies want to see. Hospital affiliations, not really important. I do have admitting privileges at a hospital. Some people, you may not. Oh, I have non-admitting privileges at the, oh, it's so whack. They're so getting, I'm going to tell them something about that. But so I have admitting privileges at certain hospitals, which means I can admit patients there, right? Liability insurance. I suggest this one is expiring. It doesn't matter. I don't use that one. I use the pro liability. Make sure you have 1 million, 3 million, because most insurance companies will not credential you or contract you if you don't have 1 million, 3 million. Okay, so get 1 million, 3 million. I think I have 3 million, 6 million is what I have for my coverage limits. Employment, very easy. You just put down basically everywhere you worked, right? You can see all the places I've worked on here. Going back. Gaps, you see I do the explanation why. Oh, I was in education. References. These are people I threw on here a long time ago, but whatever. Good to have some references. They want all that stuff on there. Disclosure. Have you ever been in trouble? Have you had your license revoked? You ever been denied rather in coverage for insurance, professional claims, yada, yada, yada. And then when you're all done with that, you go to review and attest. It's going to say I made some changes. I'm going to attest to the changes. And you go to documents and see some of you guys for see all these W-9s I got here, and they're all different, right? So some of them are, let's see. They're for all different companies. So you have to make sure you have a W-9 uploaded there. Okay. A W-9 for each tax ID. So if you go to like upload W-9, watch, I'll go to, oh, maybe it doesn't even, a W-9. It'll ask me, select tax ID, see? And then I would say, oh, this is the new company I started, right? And then you'd upload your W-9 to coincide with that tax ID there on the document center. That's very important. Like United will not credential you if you don't have that in there. Okay. All right. Any questions on the CAQH? Now you have to have that done to get credentialed. Maybe we go over a joining the Aetna network, which is an easy one. I think the easiest one to join is the Aetna network. When you go to join the network, a lot of people think that we're going to join as behavioral health, but we don't. We actually join as medical, right? And we join as medical because we can build medical codes. So we're actually not joining as behavioral health. So we are medical. Yep, you can see patients cash pay. You can see patients cash pay as long as you have a license. So if you don't have an Aetna contract, you're going to be an individual provider applying under a Social Security or TIN that does not have an Aetna contract. And it's going to tell you what you need. And every single one's the same. Please make sure you have the CAQH done. That's every single one of them. right? All of them are going to have that. Continue. This is the person submitting it. Let's find my NPI real quick. We'll go back to my profile data here. I think it's easy if you just, oops. It's easy if you just have this open. A lot of times you can just print it too. You can print everything, but you'll just have all your stuff here. So we have all our IDs here, right? We have our NPI. Oops. NPI is going to be here somewhere. You gotta say you acknowledge that. I agree. Yada yada. Do you provide telehealth? You can do hybrid or virtual. I do hybrid. Not participating with Aetna. I want to be contracted in. You always want to be contracted in your home state first. Okay. You put your LLC name. So let's just pretend mine is. And I'm almost done already. Done. So that's how you do it. Hopefully they don't try to issue me a new contract. I'd be really upset. I just won't sign it because my rates are a lot higher than normal. But that's it. That's literally. I started at 6 o'clock. That's the entire Aetna contract, and then you'll get an email back like this. You'll get an email back like this. Welcome to the network, right? And they'll give you a PIN number, they'll give you a contract, and usually it takes maybe a week to come back. That's it. And you'll have an Aetna contract, you'll have rates, you'll have all that. You'll get a fee schedule, right? You'll get all that stuff. And usually I send one of these in every year, right? I ask for more money. I hope this finds you well. I'm asking for a 15% rate increase. I ask, and sometimes you ask and you shall receive. So I ask for rate increases quite often, and quite often I get them. So, all right. Any questions? I'll leave the time open for some questions right now, and if not, then I'll post up what we have later.
Robert, hi. So I'm just very new to the process, to be honest. I only have my practice on paper, and I'm still a little bit lost as to what to do. I mean, I do have a checklist of things to like accomplish, but is it possible to like talk to you one-on-one after this meeting?
Didn't you sign up?
Yes, I did for 6:30, 6 o'clock.
Yep, 6:30. Yep, 20 minutes from now.
Okay, I was thinking it's mountain time because I'm in California.
Mountain Standard Time, not Mountain Daylight Time. So MST.
Okay, so that's 6:30 then.
Yes. So there's actually I didn't know there was a difference until last week when I tried to meet with Aaron, and he's like, "Hey man, where are you? I'm on." And I'm like, "What?" And then he's like, "Well, I'm in Mountain Time, Colorado, and I'm like, oh, and then I looked it up, and there's an MDT and an MST.
Okay.
So
And
I'm
fun
MS.
fact, part of Arizona actually goes to MDT
What? Why?
because the Navajo Nation is in 3 states.
Shit, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, so that's always fun when someone goes into labor and they start their labor in Phoenix and come up to the rest to deliver.
It changes the time.
Yep. So you have to do all the math.
Oh, that's horrible. All right. All right. Yeah. If there's nothing else, let's see. Okay. Can you see a patient prior to having your own bank account? Yes, you can. Yep. You don't have to have a bank account for your LLC yet. 100%. And simple practice allows you to just charge their card through Stripe. I do it all the time. So you don't have to have your own bank account to start charging patients. Nope. And I suggest you get a Psychology Today started. And I was going to go over that next time. It is important to have your own bank account 100%. It needs to be linked to a business. But as far as getting started, you don't have to. If it's just ran to your own name, that's fine. But yeah, it takes about a day to open up a business banking account. Who on here has business banking? I think there's some people on here that have
I
it.
do.
Okay. Yeah. How did it just, you just have to go down to the bank and
I walked into the bank and like 20 minutes later I had an account.
Yep. You bring your
I had all the paperwork with me.
it's a stupid like EIN paperwork, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's that little form they give you, the CP575 form when you apply for your EIN 5. Let's see if I got it here. It's one of these bad boys right here. It looks like that. You kind of bring that in there. That's it. That's what I bring in there. Bring in my ID and then bring in the thing from the LLC. That's it. And you'll get one. Collaborating physician. Does anyone got any information on this? Isn't our website like collaboratingdocs.com or something like that?
Yeah, that's it.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
For like a small fortune.
Is it $1,000 a month?
I think it depends on the physician. I ended up getting a little discount on mine, but it just depends on the doctor.
Let's see.
Yay, independent practice state.
Yeah, right. No shit. That's the best. So if you get a license in Arizona, or in one of the other states that don't make you have a collaborator, then you don't need a collaborating physician in those states. Aren't most of them moving to no? Most of them are moving to independent practice, right?
Some states the docs are fighting it hard.
I know, but they're losing all of them. You know what it is? They're shooting themselves in the foot because they're taking on so many NPs and they're not doing, they don't do anything. I mean,
Right.
does anyone here work with a collaborating doc that does anything? I had one in another state and the only time they ever reached out to me was to change his direct deposit info. That's the only time he ever reached out to me. One time in 2 years.
Yeah, I know I reached out to my collaborator in regards to a question in reference to a patient. She said, hold on, let me check Chat GPT.
And you're like, shit, I can do that.
To do that.
Yeah, so they're shooting themselves in the foot. You see it on the Reddit because it used to be like, hey, no, it needs to be physician-led care, right? Physician-led care. We need involvement, and then it's like, give us $1,000 a month, and okay, cool, you're good. Like, that's what it became. And now, there's a lot of pushback, and it's like they don't really have a leg to stand on because many of them aren't getting involved in the care anyway. So. Oh, you can have a non-psych collaborating MD? That's weird. I didn't even know that. So I'll put that in the chat.
For Louisiana, I think they have to be psych.
Okay. Well, it looks like some states, I don't know. I'm sure in some states it's like what any MD counts.
Mm.
So South Carolina, $800 a month. That's about average. This one says as low as $600 a month. Reviews 10% of your charts. That's funny.
Hmm.
Does anyone think they do that?
No.
10% of your charts. So here's a place. Give them a quote, just lowball. What risk do MDs take on being a collaborator? None. You're still responsible to provide care to the scope of your licensure. You're still responsible to carry malpractice insurance. You're still responsible to provide care that is the standard of care. It doesn't, yeah, there's really not a whole lot of risk. The big risks are like CRNAs, right, that work under anesthesiologists or first assists, right? Stuff where they don't have an independent license and they have to work under somebody. A collaborator is different than working under somebody, right? Under supervision and collaboration is different. I bet you it's broken down into how to draft out a contract with a collaborating physician. I would say you copy that. We go to Chat GPT here. And then you go like that. And then you say, write me one for $600. And then we go like this. Oh, there we go. There's a collaboration agreement. Let me ask ChatGPT. And you can probably find examples online too. I'm sure you can. You just Google it, I'm sure. Like I have contracts for like my let's see, MP con. I have contracts for like my providers and stuff like that. But I haven't ever had to use a collaborator. I had to use a like supervisor. It's a little different. All right, y'all. I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna post it up. If you got any questions throughout the week, reach out. If you want to sign up one-on-one, do it. I'll give you the link. There you go. You can sign up one-on-one right there. You can put your name down here on any of the slots, wherever you'd like.